What's up, everybody? It's the Sports Chasers Podcast. Coming to you live and direct with your host and your moderator, Kevin L. Warren, along with his fellow co-hosts, Dorian the D.A. Albreton, James the Angry One Warren, Mike Mills, Daryl D-Dub Warren, and Dan K, the Hockey Dude. This is a real sports podcast for real fans. This is a sports podcast with no hot takes, no narratives, just real, unadulterated sports talk. Please be advised that there may be some colorful and explicit language. The Sports Chasers are the defenders of the fans. Now, here's your host and moderator, Kevin L. Warren!
Yo, what's going on, everybody? What's up for everybody? It's another Thursday night of the Sports Chasers podcast coming to you live and direct on our YouTube channel. Thanks for all those that are stopping by and checking us out tonight. Another Thursday night. We got a full slate of sports to talk about. We got some baseball, college football to talk about, MLB trades and some more baseball. But before we do all that, make sure you like and click and subscribe. Let me do that again. Make sure you like, click, and subscribe to our channel. We're on all social media platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you name it. We're on there. Threads, the new Threads. We're on that too. Make sure you check us out. Give us a like. Give us a follow. Also, give us a follow definitely on TikTok and Instagram. TikTok, man, we need a couple hundred more folks before we can be able to go live, man, to give you that good content live. When we're ready to give it to you. As far as the world of sports, man. But hey, with all that said, let's meet the crew. We got D-Dub. What's up, brother? What's going on tonight, sir? How are you?
Yo, Sports Chasers Podcast. We in the building. Yo, man, I'm good, man. Thursday night. So, talk about some couple of issues going on. And Jesus, what is going on with them Yankees, dog?
Hey, Felix Herman, he just got put on the unable to perform list because of sobriety issues.
Jesus Christ, man.
We're not going to do that. Sobriety issues, sir. Be nice.
That's not what I'm reading. Let me see. Go ahead. Go ahead. You be nice. I'm just tell you what they're reporting. But go ahead. I ain't see nowhere,
Sobriety issues. Rizzo, he's had a concussion since May 25th, but now he's just saying something. That's why he's hitting a poultry like 100 and has only hit 101 since that time. So, yeah, the Yankees are going through that stuff. Hey, let me get to my main man, Dan. Dan's got his rocking his Pirates jersey, the Yankees Farm Club. Dan, what's up, brother? How are you, man?
Doing good. It's good to be back in front of, the home setup and not on the road in Amish country. So, glad to be back.
Fucking pulling carts and shit.
Hey, that candlelight shit, man, it's hard.
Stop it, Dan. Yeah, don't pay attention to Dan. Dan is something else, man. Shout out to DA, the Angry One, and Mike Mills. They will not be with us tonight. Like I said, we're going to dive into baseball real quick. We're going to dive in, not real quick, but we're going to dive into baseball. Baseball is actually the hot topic for all you football fans. Hey, we'll probably get to football, NFL football, probably the next couple of weeks. It's, some of y'all was so thirsty. All right, y'all got it. Hall of Fame game tonight. Jets are playing the Browns. And guess what?
Jets and Browns.
Wow.
Aaron Rodgers is not playing. Guess what? None of the stars is playing because it's preseason. They don't never play.
Hey, bro, you know what I heard was really ridiculous, man? Aaron Rodgers need to play for what? Yo, man, you guys, bro. I know y'all take this job. I know you take it seriously. That's cool. I get it. I take it serious too. Yeah. But when you're talking about Aaron Rodgers need to play in the preseason, wow, that makes absolutely no sense.
He hasn't played in the preseason in 5 years. So why start now?
But these are people that's been in this business for a minute, for a long time.
You say business. What business? You talking about the media business? You talking about
the media business? Yes.
Oh, that's why we're here. Because the legacy media folks, they absolutely will fluff it and act like you don't know any better. And, we do.
If if you're a fan, if you're a guy, Ben Roethlisberger, who's not the current quarterback, but if he was the current quarterback at age 40, whatever, would you want him to play in preseason games
Hell no.
leading up to exactly?
This
I don't think there's nobody in their right mind. I don't care what team he would have went from Pittsburgh to Indianapolis to Dallas, whatever. The Dallas Cowboys would have did the same thing. Matter of fact, I believe that Dak is probably not going to play all preseason games. Maybe the last one or the second to last.
Shout out to my main man, VLAC. VLAC was really good, bro. Thank you for chiming in. Thank you for all those that's chiming in on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, believe Twitch, all of that, man. Thank you so much for streaming and hanging out with us tonight. Yeah, so yeah, getting back to my original point about football. Yeah, you know, football's here, man. I wouldn't want my quarterback, my star quarterback, playing in any preseason games. If y'all notice.
Deshaun Watson's not playing. None of these guys are playing, man. Stop.
Oh, but I paid for the tickets to see my guy play in preseason.
Well, you need to stop paying for those tickets and stop being stupid and just enjoy just being a night out. That's just it. It's just a night out. These guys are trying to compete for a position, and that's it. You need to be smarter with your money. That's all I can tell you.
Like, if you're paying to go watch a preseason game, you're an idiot. Because, first of all, you're paying full ticket price of a regular fucking season game.
100%
facts.
To watch a bunch of guys that aren't going to make the team. It's like the fourth preseason game when they had it. Nobody fucking played.
And I believe like you said, the preseason game, that fourth one, maybe Aaron Rodgers might take a snap or two.
Mm-mm.
And that's it.
He'll play two.
If that.
They would play 2 and 3, and they don't play at all in the last one.
Correct.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. Yeah. 2 and 3. Yep, that's right. Fourth one, it's for whatever.
So what I'm saying is this is nothing new. This is nothing new. Why are we acting like these hot takes, man? You're right, Kev. This is exactly why we're doing what we do, and it's okay.
Yep, hot takes. We said in our intro, no hot takes. Nope, we don't do hot takes. So outtakes or pancakes. We don't do none of that stuff. So let me get to baseball. Let me get to baseball here. So we had the trade deadline. What do y'all think of some of the moves? Scherzer. First of all, the Mets were sellers. They got rid of. Stop it.
Oh boy, was they sellers?
Yeah.
Go
ahead, Dito. Go ahead.
Yeah, they were sellers, man. That team was disgusting, man. The team is awful. They in the wait. Let me they second to last. They Washington's in the cellar. They 50 and 58. They lost again today by like 9-2, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Kansas City Royals
whooped up on them this afternoon, and it is what it is. It was an absolute disaster. I know. What's my man name? Scherzer. He went to Scherzer.
Yeah, he went to
Scherzer, and who was the other dude?
Verlander.
Verlander went back to Houston.
He said, "Let me get out of here."
I know he was so happy. I know he wanted to say that in a press conference.
He's very professional.
I think he played it safe, but I know he was glad to get the fuck up out of there, and he did. And Scherzer went to Texas, I think. He played this afternoon, I believe.
Right now.
Yeah, he's pitching right now.
Right.
They're up 5.
Actually, that game is over. That game is over. It's Texas won that game 5-3. Actually,
Texas. Yeah. So he had to settle in, and he got settled in, and Texas picked him up. So, again, Houston is going to do what Houston do. They only a game behind the Rangers right now, so they're going to fight it out for the West, and that's going to be interesting down the stretch. So, shout outs to those two teams. Shout out to the Baltimore Orioles, who's doing their thing, 67-42. They beat up on Toronto this afternoon. Final score was 6-1.
Let me get in there about the Orioles real quick. Okay. So their series against the Yankees this week, they absolutely put on the clinic against the Yankees, my Yankees. And, the Orioles are doing what the Atlanta Braves done. They got younger, they got athletic, they got guys that can steal the bases, move runners over, professional hitters now, and they're playing to their ballpark. If those, anybody that watch baseball, left field out in Camden Yards used to be like 300 feet and now they moved it back out a little bit, and
Mm-hmm.
they raised the wall a little bit. So now you just can't hit a wiffle ball over left field now. So
Hey, bro, there was something to that, man, because
yeah, 100%.
I remember back in what is it, Darryl Strawberry, man, a left hand hitter, that was your listen. If you was a left handed hitter, that park was you loved going to that park because it was so short, right field,
Yep,
Yeah, Griffey hit that
and
fucking warehouse, didn't he?
yep. He was on
Griffey, a couple other guys,
that damn
yeah,
warehouse he
but
did. Yep,
Darryl Strawberry during the heydays of the Yankees winning those world championships, man. He had a field day when we used to play Baltimore during uh the playoffs and stuff like that. So yeah, man, they moved it back. I think that was some of the complaints with players. Players was like playing at that park.
right.
Pitchers, that right field wall, man, it was ridiculous how short it was.
Yep.
So it became feast and feast for opposing teams coming through.
Especially also, like I alluded to, the left field wall, which they moved in, and now I think left field is probably 330. I'll have to look it up here. So, but it used to be ridiculous. Like the power alleys used to be like 340, which is ridiculous. Most power alleys is like 365 the least, 385. I know Yankee Stadium is 385, even though people complain about the 310 foot right field porch. Sorry, just get them out. So there we go. Yeah, just get them out. Oh, just in time. Look who we're talking about.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm last minutes.
yeah. You're just in time. Mike Mills is with us. Mike, we're talking about your Mets giving away everybody. They're sellers at the trading deadline. The DA says this. He's not on with us, but he's in the comments. He says, "Let's go, fellas. Mets have to change the way they evaluate and pay talent." Your thoughts on your New York Mets, since you're the Mets guy?
I appreciate that our owner is open and in the public. I appreciate that, and that he's actually speaking with some kind of sense, showing that he know where he messed up at. So I can appreciate that,
Right.
compared to what we used to have. I mean, them dudes was 100 years old that they traded anyway. So why not? Yeah, get rid of them old ass pitchers and let's figure something out. And I didn't believe in them. I mean, y'all did, but I didn't believe in them going into the season. So
You didn't believe in them, but God did.
I never believe in the Mets. Never. I told you, man. I've seen them blow shorter leads with way less time. Like, nah, I never believe in them.
So if those that watch the show, I absolutely was big up the Mets. I say, the Mets, they added Verlander. The Mets should absolutely go further into the playoff rotation this year. Even though they got sunned by the Padres, which is another story. That's DA's secondary team. I just thought the Mets were going to do good, but they never was able to put that stuff together. Mark Canha, they traded. Who are you blaming this on, Mike? If there was somebody to blame on the Mets,
The players.
Yep.
okay, anyone in particular?
Nah, the unit, the players. Like, there was games where they wasn't giving no run support. That's been the problem past couple years. Last year, we was kind of better at it because, Buck kind of coaches the fundamentals. He kind of coached the get on base thing, but we was boom or busty like your Yankees for a while. And then this year we was kind of like that. And then unforced errors, like not paying attention. So I blame them.
Yeah, I agree. Have y'all given up on 2024?
I mean, like I said, I don't have faith in him any year. So I don't know why you're asking me, but I appreciate the owner's openness to say that he's repivoting the team's focus. I can appreciate that. We just got to see what they do with it.
I've seen tweets. Twitter is on fire sometimes. You see how, and they was blaming the season on the World Baseball League. Oh, if it wasn't for the World Baseball League and I
Stop. Yeah, stop, man. Stop. I'm not gonna let you do that. Nope. Go ahead.
They horrible because they horrible. That ain't have nothing to do with nobody but themselves.
I agree with you. I totally agree with you.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna let you spew this nonsense out on the airwaves here of this good YouTube airways. And let you say that craziness. But the basic point is that, listen, the Mets. I think everybody. There's a lot of people that has to be responsible. General manager, the players. Everybody's got to be held as responsible. And I think really now the message is, go the youth movement, find the youth, and just let these young guys come up, and then place veterans around in the lineup, and then you figure it out from there.
We just
Because
gotta get
this
some pitchers.
everybody's getting younger, and
Athletic.
I don't think you're gonna catch. I don't think you're gonna catch the Braves right now. The Braves is just doing, they're doing their thing. So
The Braves looking
uh,
Yankee-ish.
yeah, Braves are strong. They, and kudos to them because they, stayed the course.
Absolutely.
And and look at you. You're looking at Cincinnati again. These young teams. These teams are I think you need to go with the youth movement and then figure it out, because this just loading up stuff. It seems like it's not working, and it doesn't work all the time because there's so much pressure on you for everybody to come together, and the egos and everything else. So
I totally agree.
I feel like we didn't load up too crazy. I mean, we paid some old men to throw the ball, but pitchers is like quarterback. They kind of last forever, but yeah, we just need to get some pitchers, honestly. I feel like
and you might be right about that, because old guys for a long period of season. See, these guys now, you watch these two guys, Verlander and Schwarzer. They'll go to these teams, and they'll be good for the stretch, this second half
mhm.
of the season, which is the postseason part, and they'll be just fine. They'll be just fine.
Yeah, we just need some arms, man. I feel like we got some good dudes in the minors. We got some good dudes in the majors. We just need some arms.
Mhm.
I got you. Some of the what do you guys think? Was reading here on today how and I'll just read this again. How the Los Angeles Angels, once the Angels, this is from CBS Sports, once the Angels decided to keep Shohei Ohtani, they went into buy mode. They approached, settled them, Lucas Guado and Lopez, CJ Crone, and Randall Grinchuk and Dominic Leon. The Angels' capacity to upscale was literally a weak farm system, but we think they did about as well as could have been reasonable. CBS Sports gave them a grade A. So I'll ask Dan. Dan, what do you think about Shohei Ohtani still at Angel and not traded?
I guess you got like a generational player there, and your options were trade him for a boatload of prospects and players, which how much are you going to get in return for him or from one team? But so they decide they're going to keep him. Now, if that's the case, one, you're going to have to pay him a shit ton of money. Like, go get the Brinks truck because he's getting paid. But you also need to start putting people around him to make that team better.
But they got Mike Trout.
And who?
Oh.
Who
Mike
else?
Trout.
Who else?
Mike Trout.
Okay. They need that kid from Angels in the outfield.
Angels.
And the Angels.
Yeah, to fucking win. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to, get better prospects, develop them, and get him to the majors before you waste his talent. Because that's kind of what they're doing with Trout and Ohtani right now. Like,
Right.
they're just wasting away on a team that's, average. So, you made the decision to keep them. Now, going forward, trade deadlines passed. So, come the off season, you need to go and see who's free agents and, bolster your team and try to make it the best team you can to take advantage of Trout and Ohtani.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. They need to do something, but DW made a good point last week or the week before about, all right, if you offer him a big contract, I mean, a long-term contract, then what? Because, he's a pitcher too. And we've seen some of the long contracts in baseball and how sometimes they just don't work out. Albert Pujols, you can go on and on and on. Will Ohtani be able to play at such a high level? And I'm going to say no, not for such a longer period. I will hope so, but for
Oh yeah, we
baseball,
all hope. But
yeah,
what goes up must come down. So I
If he
mean,
get old, you can turn him into a closer like John Smoltz.
But the issue isn't long term. Like, can he keep it up? The problem is now you're secure. You have those years. You have that money. The hunger's not there.
there you go, Dan.
Because look at I don't give a shit what sport it is. Look how these motherfuckers play when it's contract year. They
Hey,
put up
bro.
career numbers. Why? Because now they're gonna get paid. What
Hey,
happens after
bro.
that next year? They kind of settle back down to where
I
they
mean,
were.
but he got bread already. He got money from Japan. He got money.
Yeah, but that's
He
what I'm
don't
saying.
got that money, but he got money
Yeah,
already. So
Hey, bro. Hey, guys. I forgot what boxer said this, but they said it's hard getting up when you sleeping on silk sheets, man. Bro, once these guys get the money, that goes for all of them. I don't care who they are. There's only a few people that love the game, and that's what happens in this business and in just about any business. Once you start getting paid, yo, you have to actually love the game in order to keep going and keep wanting to get better and better. And these cats in the NBA, that's why they getting boatloads of money. They don't play like they love the game. They don't
yeah.
care. They got paid. I'm just
Yeah,
saying, man. It's a difference.
that's when they're sitting on the bench
Mm.
collecting that check.
What they say? Load management.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. We don't want to be on the bench. You think we just want to be on the bench? Yeah, I think so. I think so. You don't want to. You're getting paid, bro. Stop.
And I think that's more the issue is like when you give these long term contracts, the 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 weight is kind of off their shoulders.
Absolutely.
Right.
They relax a little bit, and it's like, yeah, I'm in a slump, but I'm gonna come around,
Yeah.
and then they just the season goes by, whatever sport, and they have a mediocre year, and then it's come back next season, try they don't like Crosby's one of those guys that he's not making a shit ton of money, but every offseason he tries to get better at something to improve his game. Where I think a lot of these players, it doesn't matter the sport, whether it be baseball, football, basketball, hockey, soccer, whatever, if they're making all this money, especially like the sports that are paying them a ton of money,
Yeah.
like what was it, Brown from Celtics got like 300 million or some shit.
306 mil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is he gonna perform next year, Mike?
Shit.
I bet he'll be mid for a while.
Shit.
it's a lot of bread for a man that can't dribble. That's neither here nor there.
Shit.
Mike, I was saying the same thing. We ain't talk about the NBA because they're out of season right now. I really ain't got nothing to say about him. But yeah, when he got that, I was like, wow, I'm not gonna say that. His handle for a National Basketball Association professional player needs to be a little bit better. I said that. I'll say this. I'll say that. Excuse me.
Especially for somebody that's not a big.
Yeah, and he's handling the ball right. He's handling the ball a good majority of the time, right?
So let me ask you that, and this is not a basketball segment, and this is just overall. So what's the motivation for him to get better? You done got
That's my
306 million.
point. That's my
You
point.
understand what I'm saying? These guys, that thing is the worst thing to do. And you could say, "Oh, you digging in pockets." I don't. Yo, listen. It is what it is. From the fan perspective, you don't give it all. You're not giving it your all after you done got that type of money. And to me, it messes up the whole game, the whole sport, because there's nothing else for you to motivate you to get better, next level, or just to go. I got to go get it. It's
One
nothing.
thing is you gave it to the second best player. What you gonna get the first best player on your team?
And that's the thing, Mike. You're gonna have two players, 600 million
You gave Scotty 300 million.
you understand? Go ahead, carry on, Kev. I'm sorry, but that's just sports in general. Oh, back to Otani, he's gonna get 600 mil, 700 mil.
Yeah, for
You keep
sure.
him, and you still ain't gonna have no world championship. You're gonna have two guys just what? Because after a while, you're gonna look around. Nobody else is gonna want him for that money. You trying to get rid of him then? You should got rid of him now, early. If you're not gonna do nothing with them, or if you don't got, I don't think the Angels got any plan at all. To be honest with you,
They're just out there just wondering about.
I don't. That's just my.
Okay.
They 7 games back. They could get hot. It's still this. We got 2 months, right? We got August, September.
Yep. So let me talk about the other team in New York. Okay, the Yankees. D. They're 3 games out the wild card, as we said on the show. As we hold on, man, hold on, bro, hold on. Let me. As I said in the opening up, they having some personnel issues. Domingo Herman, he's going to be out. He has a sobriety issue. He'll be out for the rest of the season. I don't know what was going on. On Monday, he was supposed to pitch, and then they said they didn't have a pitcher for it. They didn't have a doctor for him to check him out. Some dude from the minor leagues. I can't. Hold on. I got his name right now. I got his name. Jory Brito. He pitched 4 innings, gave up 6 hits and 5 runs. All of them are earned. And then Herman was able to come in and only gave up 2 hits during the rest of the time and nothing. And so then they're saying Rizzo's been had a concussion the last since May. But they keep saying that they're 3 games out. And this Yankee, I heard I gotta get this to my man from Geo from CBS Sports that be on WFM one with Boom and Geo. He said the other day, and I agree with this take what he said. It wasn't a hot take. He said, the Yankees are like that restaurant back in the 90s that everybody used to go to. Remember? It was the hottest restaurant. And then they're still living off that reputation.
Absolutely. There's no buzz with this team at all. There's nothing as far as I'm concerned. And you say sobriety issue. You want to be nice. That's cool. But the Yankees pitcher Domingo Herman, and I'm reading from the New York Post. I'll give you the grew belligerent in the clubhouse Tuesday before seeking treatment for alcohol abuse, according to a new report. And that came from Ryan Gillespie or Glass Spiegel.
One
What
of
I'm
the beat
supposed to
writers
do
for
with
the
this guy?
Yankees.
What I'm supposed to do with that, man? The Yankees is 10 games out of first, 3
Okay.
games out of the wild card. You said, I don't believe nothing from the Yankees. I'm sounding like Mike. He don't believe in the Mets.
No. You believe in the Yankees.
I don't believe in the Yankees. I really don't.
No. Y'all be believing. No.
Yo,
Hey.
I don't believe them. Listen.
You're not gonna let it slide, right?
No. You haven't heard me talk too much. I said it after July 4th, and it is after July 4th, and I have seen enough to
It's
know
August
that.
3rd.
Yes, I have seen enough to know that this is not the team that's going to do anything. And again, if we did do anything, we're sure to lose to the Houston Astros.
Again.
Yeah. Or the Texas Rangers might get lucky. We usually beat Texas, but the Twins, we have no problem with handling any of the teams in the Central. And then you got Baltimore, Tampa Bay, Boston's. They 9.5 games back, so they ain't really But Yankees ain't gonna do nothing this year. So all you Yankee fans, you might as well just
Look,
maybe I'm seeing something wrong. One of y'all guys could go ahead, man. I'm done.
I'm gonna just put it in perspective. You gotta understand, the Canadian wildfires rolled through there. The air quality was just terrible. I mean, and think about this: how long have they been playing in that kind of condition? You could say, because on 126th Street and Roosevelt Avenue in Flushing, New York, there's been a raging dumpster fire for the entire year that they've had to deal with. All that smoke rolling in the Bronx.
Oh, Dan is on it.
I mean,
So you got the Canadian wildfires and the dumpster fire in the Queens.
yeah, from City
So
Field.
the city was orange. There was orange skies in the city.
Oh, you were getting those red alert emails about the air quality control, man. Hey, it's
Mike is right. He got jokes tonight.
He got jokes today.
But I mean, the Yankees have dealt with the injuries for quite a bit. Some of them I question, like a toe injury. Like, really, you could be the DH and hit, and if you're a home run hitter, you hit the shit out of the park. You don't even have to run. Mm-hmm. But my thing is just like the Mets, who's followed what Steinbrenner used to do, and that was to buy every all-star that he possibly could to put him on the roster. Now those teams are getting the karma of trying to do that instead of developing talent. You have no farm systems. You just, like the Mets just basically trade away just your best closer, two starting pitchers, a couple fielders or whatever, and then now what? What do you got? What do you got to bring up? Would you get in those trades? So, and same thing with the Yankees. You got Judge, Stanton. Shit, I don't even know who's all on that team, but like you're paying a shit pile of money for all these guys, and they're just not producing.
At
And it's
all.
like, yeah, it's like, and you gave some of those guys big time, long term contracts. And guess what? There's only like 3 fucking teams in the league can afford to pay these guys. Yankees, the Mets, the Red Sox curtailed their shit. They're not really paying a ton of money to anybody. They're not in the, arms war with the Yankees anymore. And you got the Dodgers. So, I mean, you sign these people to long term contracts, they don't produce, then you can't offload them.
Nope.
Like even the Mets owner was like, look, if I got to, retain some of these salaries just to get these people out the door, I'm going to do it. So I don't know. I think that's kind of the Yankees' issue is that they've really just been mid all year. They've been dealing with injuries, lackluster performances, and they're rightfully so where they are in the standings. You got your, was it Tampa that came out of the gates just hot as shit. They kind of cooled down, but Baltimore's playing well, and they're, like you said, they're playing young. Same with Cincinnati, they're playing young.
Right.
Shit, they got the Pirate game on here. We're getting our ass beat, but we got like three first rounders playing in this game. First round picks. Andy Rodriguez, Alika Williams, and Henry Davis. And it's a learning curve. They don't have the experience, but that Davis dude, he was a catcher, I think, but they got him playing right field. He's got an absolute cannon as an arm. And that Rodriguez kid that's playing catcher is really good. Hopefully when Neil Cruz comes back, they can start getting back on the winning track. But at least with my Yankees farm team here, are they going to keep them or are they going to move them?
Right.
And Bob Nutting, he can just. I don't want to say what I want to say, but
He has a very cool name for somebody that owns a team, Bob Nutting.
Yeah, Bob, I ain't spending any money.
Yeah, that's pretty much par for it.
And I guess that the only bright spot for the Yankees is Garrett Cole. That's about it.
Former Pirate.
He takes the ball every 5 days and he's out there.
Mhm.
He's definitely out there. Let me share my screen real quick. There with the Major League Baseball standings, share right there. As you can see, the Orioles they're 67-42. Then you got Tampa Bay.
Damn, Boston's ahead of you.
Yeah, Boston. Yeah, the Yankees been.
Yeah, I just told you we in the cellar.
Woo! Yeah.
But
So,
maybe that is the other fire that's in New York.
Yeah,
He got the Bronx and
the
Flushing.
Bronx and Queens are burning. Yeah.
Burning up.
You got a Minnesota with their 2-game lead over Cleveland, and everybody else in that division is not good. You got Texas and Houston battling out for first and second in the wild card, and then you got the Angels and Seattle coming up. And Oakland's 33 games out of first place. That's awful. Atlanta and Philadelphia. Atlanta's 10 games up on the Phillies. Miami, very good team. Me and D-Dub had a chance to check out the Marlins last Friday night against Detroit. Very good team. They almost got to 60 wins, man. Marlin fans, go check out your team.
Yeah, why is that stadium empty in your video?
I knew Dan was going to say something. Cincinnati, in Central Cincinnati, they got a half-game lead over Milwaukee. The Cubbies are 3 games out of first place, and you got Dan's Pirates and St. Louis tied for last in the National League Central. Then you got the West. You got the Dodgers. Dodgers keep doing it again. They're tied with San Francisco. And E's Arizona, can I say Cardinals? The Arizona Diamondbacks are 57 and 53. Uh, Kyler, you should
They
be
still
in.
hanging. They still hanging tough. 6 games back.
Yeah,
Not bad.
yeah. San Diego, who spent all that money too, they're one game under 500, and they are 8.5 out. And then you got Colorado, who like the Oakland A's should probably go fishing right now as we speak. So
They've been fishing.
yeah,
Should be relegated.
They're fishing for wins.
Fishing for wins.
Mhm.
I like that, Mike. Yeah, relegated. Yeah,
Send them to AAA.
yep. Bring somebody else up, man. But hey, baseball talk. Excuse me, baseball down the stretch. We're in August, dog days of August, as we said, and we had some sellers and you had some winners and stuff. And hey, it is what it is. And like Mike said about his Mets, kudos to him. He tried it and hey, it didn't work, and he ripped the band-aid off of it, and he said, "Hey, well, we'll try another approach, man." I heard a lot of people killing him, but I think the Mets were in a position if kind of damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Mm-hmm.
He tried it. He tried getting some pitches, and it just doesn't happen sometimes. I just think that you have to have the model of getting like the Braves and the Orioles where they've gotten younger. If you think about it, with the Atlanta Braves, Freddie Freeman was traded, right? And then Olsen, they didn't skip a beat at first base, not one beat.
Mm.
Saying
Yeah, because they're developing people.
they're developing people and not just every time they
Throwing
get a
money
chance,
at
they're
people.
selling their goods. Go ahead, Dan. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say that they're not like throwing money at players. Like, you know, that's kind of all the teams that we're talking about that are kind of in the shitter are the ones that tried to go and sign all these big name free agents
Mm-hmm.
on
Right.
late in their careers. When if you would develop the kids that you draft, like I think that's what was it?
That's
Was it? I can't remember. Is it Tampa or Florida that won the World Series and then kind of got rid of everybody and retooled and did it again?
Florida. Excuse me. Yeah, the Miami, Florida. Yeah, same
Yeah,
thing. The Marlins.
but I mean, they kind of proved the model. You know, they didn't spend a gazillion dollars on free agents. They drafted, they got them good, got to the playoffs, won. And then as a smaller market team, if they couldn't afford them, then they traded them for more prospects and developed them. And it took them a few years, but then they got back again. You know, it just kind of like it cracks me up when I see all these teams spending gazillion dollars on guys that are like 35, 33, 35 years of age, especially as pitchers, and just giving them ridiculous contracts when it's like, look, dude, yes, they're good, but how long are they going to be good?
right. Mm-hmm.
You know, like Father Time, you can't beat him. He's going to win every race. And you got to get younger, you got to develop. And that's what's promising, I think, about my Pirates is they drafted a lot of, I mean, shit, I think out of this last draft, we drafted like 15 pitchers out of the 20 picks we had.
Mm-hmm.
And we got that kid out of LSU. So, I'm hoping next year, they can. That's the biggest thing. If we can get a pitching rotation that's solid, the bats are going to come.
Right.
And I think, for any of these teams, it's like you just can't keep this throwing money at players. You got to develop because eventually, you've seen it where players get hurt, and then what? You got nobody to call up.
True that. But and also, Kev, shout out. Like I said, I was watching Baltimore this afternoon. They had got this kid, well, not kid, but Jack Flaherty.
Flaherty.
They got home from St. Louis and the Cardinals, and
Yeah.
he came over and he pitched a good game today. Um, Watch out, Baltimore, man. Baltimore again, young team. I think the
Baltimore was awful.
average age is 27. 27. Go ahead.
It was awful 2 years ago, and they got it right. Last year, you saw them coming on, and they finished very strong. And now, if you look at them now,
Mhm.
the Orioles are something to reckon with, man. That series with the Yankees, man.
Yeah, they are going to be something to if they can keep it up. We'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see.
Let me get on my pet peeve. Let me get on my soapbox real quick. Uh, I'm a fan of interleague play, but I'm not a fan of interleague play where everybody's playing everybody. I So the Yankees and Orioles don't face no more. Don't face one another the rest of the year. That's it. End of July. That's it. I don't agree with that. I think you should play an unbalanced schedule. You should play more against your division foes because that's who you're playing, right? Then you are, But I get it. They want to see Shohei Ohtani in Detroit and San Diego like how he was the other day. I get it, but I don't agree with it. I just think you should play more games with your division foes than you do against somebody in another division. So that's just my pet peeve. Hopefully,
Yeah.
my Rob Manfred would listen, but he won't. Go ahead,
Now,
D-Dub. Or Dan. Sorry.
I was just gonna say I kind of understand why they do the interleague stuff because you want every city to be able to see stars.
Yeah, I get it.
You want to see Otani in Pittsburgh.
Mhm.
You know, and be able to the opportunity to see that. And if you're going to do that, I think one of the other options is instead of, you know, cutting out inter the Yankees and Baltimore games, well, maybe you don't play the West or the Central as much. Like maybe
Right.
you have two series against them, one
Yeah.
home, one away, and then then you add those games back in
Mm-hmm.
to the interdivision.
Yeah,
Yes.
because your division game should be the most important. I just my
Yeah,
Well, that's what
thought.
tiebreakers come down to,
Yeah,
don't they? Like how
yeah,
many?
yeah,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that
So
should be your most important is your
Because
divisional games
So
that's
I
by far.
that's kind of what they do in hockey. Edmonton will see Crosby and Pittsburgh will see McDavid. They play those two games. But they still have a good amount of games in their own division
Correct.
because that's what matters is playing those
it's like
interdivision games.
basketball.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think they could work it out to where everybody gets to see everybody,
yes.
Yeah, Kev, because
but also
remember
make that division more important.
right,
Go ahead.
because there was a time where if I'm not mistaken, Barry Bonds, either Barry Bonds or Ken Griffey, and it might have been Barry Bonds because when he went to the World Series, and it was a time that nobody had from I think American League, nobody had seen him play in the before they had switched over. So I mean, I get it. Why? Because of the star factor, and you're trying to if baseball really
Throw the
does have a
star. Yeah,
problem promoting and doing this promotional, putting their stars out there. So they really so I can understand that, but like Dan, I agree with you. They could figure out the scheduling thing where they could you still do interleague, but cut it down, or you don't have to play this, other division, whatever the case is. But your your division should be the most important thing to deal with and figure it out.
Yeah, that's all I say. You just figure it away. I think now they only play 12 times a year, and it used to be 18 or 19, I think.
Yeah,
And I think that's the Yankees probably need to see Baltimore in September, but they won't
yeah.
because that's it. That's all. That's pretty
Hey,
much all you got.
they're
hey,
not going to
Robbie.
see him in October either.
Yeah, yeah, you're
Dan,
right about that.
I can't
Hey,
stand here tonight.
hey, Robbie Manfred. There's a mathematician out there somewhere that can figure this out for you, brother.
We can probably do that for you, Manfred. We got you, man. We got you. We'll figure it out. Let me go. We finished up our baseball segment. Let me just talk a little bit about golf real quick. Talk about scheduling real quick. We talk about golf here. Is this it? Yes. And real quick, golf. PGA golf. The PGA golf. PGA, and this is according to the Athletic, and this is from Hugh Kellenberger. And he says the PGA Tour schedule will see many changes in 2024, including a return to a calendar year season and an increase to no-cut events, according to Golf Creek. Here's what you need to know. The tour will return to a calendar year season for the first time in a decade after it transitioned to a wraparound schedule in 2013 that started a new season each fall per golf week. The 2024 calendar will reportedly feature 39 regular season events and 8 events in the postseason playoff full series. the Players Championship, the Genesis Invitational, the Memorial Tournament, and the Arnold Palmer Invitational will fully be the only designated tour events to feature a 36 hole cut. Well, you know what this sounds like, right? We're getting ready for what? We're getting ready to join, uh, live, and all of them join together. That's what that sounds like to me.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, you knew it was
I
coming.
mean,
yeah. So with the no cuts and all that stuff.
the
So
almighty dollar.
yeah, so they're going back to a calendar year. I do remember when they used to play that, and like the article said, it's been over 10 years since they've done it. So it'll be from January, December, and ending with those things. I guess they're just getting ready for live. Dan, what you had to say about the Browns? Browns missed field goal. Oh,
Oh
well,
Jesus.
Dan, this is what we was talking about. It's preseason, man.
That's what I'm saying. It's the who gives a fuck bowl. Who cares?
Oh, just
Who? Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's nice. It's nice to see football back on TV.
but it won't be real until the first weekend,
Yeah,
which is what, September? Yes. Listen, let me look into this camera right here. Listen, we are not one of those sports shows that force stuff. There's some guys out there, God bless them. That's what they talk football 24/7, year round, 365. That's great. That's awesome. We're a little expanded show. We kind of talk about a little bit of everything when it comes to that and try to be informed on every and anything. That's why we research and do those things. I'm glad football's back. But hey, y'all, football has been here. Y'all had the XFL, remember?
Hmm.
Y'all had what's that? The USFL, remember?
Yeah, I didn't watch that shit. But go ahead. I ain't watched none of that shit. Y'all want to? Oh, we missed football. Y'all ain't watched none of that shit.
Yo,
My
it
man,
was
my man, The Rock lost 50 million. What? 50 billion million dollars?
50 mil on that.
I don't know what fucking league it was, but the Pittsburgh Maulers made the championship game. So I did actually watch.
USFL.
Yeah, I did
Yeah,
watch. I'm not gonna
yeah.
lie. I watched the
I watched a
playoff
little
game
bit. One eye
before.
open, one eye closed.
Yep, I
I did
watched
too.
the last two games they played.
I
Uh,
did too. I think we even made some, mention about it. Uh, but yeah, I get the hunger for football, but like D Dub said, I ain't hear nobody clamoring about the Maulers against whoever Dan who played in the championship game, and that's
Birmingham.
not to that's not to discount what they're doing. I like what they're doing with the USFL and XFL. I hope it'll be a thing where they be able to kind of work something out and be like a NFL farm team, just like how they had NFL Europe.
Ain't nobody
Uh,
gonna watch it until that happens.
oh, Mike Mills, there you go.
It's no bigger picture. It's like, yeah, okay, you won the title, but what did you really win? Who did you really beat? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not knocking them because like they out there
No,
hooping, but it's like the vast majority of people don't know who these people are. So it's like they don't care unless it's something involved. So if it had been like demotion and promotion, or like some of them guys got picked up, and that's good for them. Now they want
yes,
to
I
be in
did see
the
some of them. Yes,
yeah, that's what's up. I'm happy for them. But like
That's the
most people not gonna watch until, like you said, a farm system or something.
and the
yeah,
Birmingham Barons beat the Pittsburgh Maulers
yeah.
28-12
But
in the USFL Championship in 2023 in Birmingham.
yeah, that's the big thing though, is it gives these guys that probably didn't get a lot of looks out of college,
Yes,
whatever, to give them the opportunity to go play football. And the NFL teams are watching. I know
yeah.
we
Facts.
picked up a 6'5" receiver.
Mhm. The
You know,
Giants picked up a defensive tackle, Kevin Atkins. You
yeah,
yep,
know,
and
he played with the St. Louis Battlehawks for, I mean, so, the league is watching, the league is watching because, again, bodies go down. Look, we had the San Francisco 49ers that lost three quarterbacks,
three,
three
three,
in
They
a
three.
lost three.
freaking year. So guys, listen, man, there's always going to be spots. There's always going to be players. I mean, the XFL, these leagues are good because it helps people, develop. If you're not really good to go right now, get you a couple more snaps and get you going so you can understand what you
yeah,
need to look at.
gets your tape out there so people can
Yeah,
see what you can do.
absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
I think Dan's point, when he said the Brown field goal kicker missed it, there's this like it's almost like it's a manufactured hoopla, and they never used to be like that.
Hmm.
Where okay, preseason's here, all right, cool, all right, preseason's here, all right, my team is doing this, my team is doing that, and we said earlier in the show, if you're mad about paying for preseason games, that's shame on you
Shame on
for
you.
doing.
You
Oh,
you're
but it
wrong.
comes with the package. That's shame on
That's on
you.
you, brother. That's on you, sister. I ain't got nothing for you.
And no, I don't want your preseason tickets and secondary market and paying $50 for it. I'm good. Parking and all that stuff, no.
Hey, Kev. But what I do want to talk about is I
Yeah.
know we transitioned to this NFL off of the golf real quick. The NFL, I think they looking to adopt this kickoff
Yes.
thing.
Yes. Go ahead and dive into that for a little bit.
So what are they doing
All
is
right.
they're kicking off, and I guess the teams are lining up at the 30-35, and the kickoff they kick it off and they're doing the XFL what the XFL was doing this year as far as
Right.
kickoffs.
Let me read it real quick for you, and I'll let you get
Yeah.
back in. Last month, NFL owners voted in a new rule that will make it a touchback on the 25-yard line whenever a returner makes a fair catch on any kickoff inside the 25. The league predicts the rule will reduce the number of kickoff returns from 38 to 31% and reduce concussions about 15%. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just think, man, I don't know, man. I
But there's
this whole
safety in this.
yeah,
We
the
have
safety.
lost our warrior instincts.
Yeah, bro. I mean,
Mike, say that again, Mike. Let me get that. Go get that. That's
yeah,
fire.
Mike. Yeah, because
We have lost our warrior instincts. Why do you think we go to war in other countries and not here? We cowards. Like, that's crazy. You're gonna take away a whole facet of the game. That's a whole piece of the game.
yeah. I mean, this could be easily. Listen, you sign up to play football. This is what you want to do. It's the inherent risk of what it is. So then, people get hurt, you get injured. Um, as a player, you have a responsibility. They tell you what it is. You have a responsibility to protect yourself as well. Um, it's just part of the game. I mean, I don't know. That part of football, the kickoff return and the kickoff used to be part of the game. Now we have just taken that part out of it, and we just slowly chopping this game up. This game is supposed to be meant to be played at full speed, not half speed. This is why I think
So you're saying it should be violent?
yeah, I'm saying it should be. That's the inherent. That's what it is. It's a violent game.
Contact sport,
It's a
maybe.
contact sport, just like how boxing is. I just watched Errol Spence get his head knocked off. I don't see nobody protesting and carrying. No, he got a bag for 20 mil. He got a $20 million bag purse. He might have said, "Yo, this is worth me going out here for 20 mil. I secure my family, whatever." I don't think who are we to take it away from these guys? If these guys want to play, let them play. This is what it is.
Absolutely violent. It should absolutely be violent.
It is violent. It's been violent. It's been violent for years.
I think though what has happened to the NFL where it wasn't
Corporate
true.
sponsors, music. I mean, music. Yeah,
They wasn't truthful in the
money.
beginning, right? With the concussions and stuff like that. They was
That's correct.
hiding with that, right?
Hmm.
So now they gotta walk it all the way back and say, look at us. We're safe. We're eliminating all the unsafe factors from football. And what Michael said is absolutely 1,000% right. The warrior mentality. It's played by a lot of testosterone men, and yeah, they're trying to take your head off.
Well,
Yes, it
estrogen,
is what
man.
it is. So if that's what you want to do, rock with it. What's next? My thing
Flag.
is, huh?
Flag.
Yeah, the flag.
Flag football.
Flag is coming.
Flag football, baby.
Yeah.
Because you can't hit the quarterback, right? And that's a whole nother thing about this is a passing league, and passing records are eclipsed by 3,000 fold. So people need to look at that, compared to but when you used to play back in the days, it was barbaric. Yeah, it was.
It was entertaining.
Yeah, man. Listen, if what's
It
his
was
name?
good football.
Damar Hamlin. If that man would have died on that field, we're about five years away from flag football.
Mm-hmm.
About 5 years. I say now it's about 10 years, but it's gonna
I
have to
miss
take
I miss the games being 9-3, 10-7. Let's bring some of that back. They scared to hit. They scared to defend.
all
They
that
trying
stuff,
to get rid of running backs.
and it has
Right?
trickled down to all the sports. It has trickled down to, except for real contact sports like boxing, and MMA. And some might disagree with me on that one, but it's just everything is just real soft. They could say it's safety and everything else, but it's not how the game is supposed to be played. The game was not supposed to be played half speed, and this
No,
is why you got all these guys. Have you noticed the injuries piling up? So they're not even getting touched.
That's that's because
Soft
they're
tissue injury?
it's
yep,
because they're playing on these bullshit fields that are like carpet on top of concrete.
Well, Dan, and from what I understand, that's not necessarily. They saying it's 90% of the NFL's 90% is grass. So they say. I don't know. I got to do a little bit more research on that.
I don't know.
I know we're bouncing all over the place. Bear with us, folks. So, and
It's the
we wasn't
conversation. I'm
even,
sorry. It's the conversation.
no, we wasn't even supposed to talk about the NFL, but we did. I'm glad we did. But D Dub, it's funny you said that about that grass, right?
Hmm.
Lionel Messi, who just entered the MLS, right?
MLS.
Hmm.
He has a clause in his contract. He will not play on no artificial turf while playing in the MLS. So,
Really? I
hey,
didn't know that.
fans in Charlotte, y'all
Don't
gotta
do
go.
that.
I gotta go to Nashville to go see him because he's not coming to play in Charlotte.
Nope.
Nope, because they
And
got
they already said they're not changing it.
And David Tepper said he said, well, we ain't changing. So
Okay, David.
Messi will be staying at his hotel or on the sidelines while Inter Miami plays Charlotte FC. So
And
that's not.
that stadium of 70,000 plus would be fucking packed.
Hmm.
They
If he
could have got
played.
about 80 something. I think the capacity is 76, 78. I think the capacity there. But yeah, speaking of that, Dan, yeah, Messi is not playing. I think there's one other place in ML, Atlanta, where the Falcons play at, the Benz Dome. He won't be playing there, y'all. Atlanta. So Atlanta
And
and Charlotte fans, y'all got to go to Nashville, maybe.
Or
just to be
Miami.
clear, of the 30 NFL teams stadiums, 16 use natural grass, while the remaining 14 use turf before the 2023 season. So that's
The
Yeah.
turf got to go.
Let me circle back to something we talked about. I guess last week, Mike Mills wasn't able to join us because he's having some issue. Mike, your thoughts on the whole running back thing? And I was going to say defund the running back. That's not what I want.
Oh,
that's a
No,
good one.
that's defund the police, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know why you set me up like this because I'm gonna get angry. But
Go ahead.
Don't get angry.
you just threw me on the spot. But
You missed
okay.
this week. That's what
I mean,
want
I did. I did. Okay, but y'all know my favorite team is the Baltimore Ravens. So like my early football education predicated on running the ball and playing defense because that's how we used to win. We never had a quarterback. Like
Yeah,
Flacco
Trent
was the
Dilfer.
first.
Come on.
Yeah, right.
He
McNair
won
was
the-
the
he won the
the
Super
best
Bowl.
quarterback we had. Yeah, but anybody got a Super Bowl. Brian Scalabrine got a NBA championship.
Ryan Scalabrine. Whoa. Go ahead.
Listen.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, so like even with Dilfer, we ran the ball. We ran the ball and we played defense. Running the ball gives you time of possession, meaning the other team can't score if you have the ball. It's simple. You can't run somebody to death and then not want to pay them. Like that don't make sense. Like I didn't like when they started switching to the multiple backs. When you had the other guy come in and take 10 to 15 carries off your lead guy. I hated it when they started doing that, even though it was successful. Like with the Giants with Tiki Barber and Brandon Jacobs. I didn't like that era of football. So, like, I hate how they're phasing out the running backs. I hate that they're not paying them. The Chargers, Los Angeles, D-Dub's Chargers, they would be a better team if they realized Austin Eckler averaged like 6 yards a carry, but they don't give him the ball but 8 times a game. And they want him to run screens and swing routes. So it's like you got these guys running the ball and you got them catching the ball, but you don't want to pay them. You want to phase them out and get the next guy. Now, it's one thing if they're not producing. These guys are producing. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You phase him out because it's a business. There's no loyalty at the end of the day. I get it. Okay, you paid him and he ran for 600 yards in 17 games. Yes, cut that bum. But you don't want to pay the guy, but you want to run him 20 and 30 times a game? Come on. The Giants paid Daniel Jones, who they could have got anything instead of paying him, but you didn't want to pay Saquon? Like, come on. And then J.K. Dobbins need to get healthy in Baltimore. He just needs to shut up so he get healthy. Then we can talk about paying him because I don't get that neither. But please, save the center, save the running backs.
Yeah, I heard it right here. Go ahead, Dan.
No, I was going to say, to his point, who touches the ball the third most in an NFL game?
The center, the quarterback, and then the running back.
There you go. And I think you're going to see, at least, like college football is kind of predicated what's happening in the NFL because all these colleges are running the spread formation, multiple backs, blah, blah, blah. And what happens? They get drafted to the league. Your Justin Fields, the cat that's in Philly.
Chicago. Philly, yeah.
Yeah, and they start putting the offenses around what they can do. And when that's that spread bullshit. So the running back's not that important. But how do you counter a Mahomes? Like Mike said, you run the shit out of the ball. You don't let him on the field. Yeah, you don't let him on the field. And I think you're going to see there's going to be an exception to the pass-happy teams, that there's going to be probably a handful of teams. I think my Steelers are going to be one of them that are going to run the shit out of the ball. And, like back when Ben came in, when Batch and what's his name Tommy Maddox got hurt, they only let him throw the ball like 16, 18 times a game. Mm-hmm. And he just turned around and handed that shit to Jerome and said, go run people over. And I think that's what you're going to see is, they're going to do a little bit more of that bullshit with the jet sweep and whatnot, because that's just Canada's thing. But I think we're going to run the football a lot to open up the pass now that we got some linemen. And that's, I think, going to be a trend that comes back to a lot of these teams, that they're going to realize, how the fuck we beat Mahomes or Burrow? Don't let them on the fucking field. That's how you do it. Mm-hmm. And they're going to figure it out. Like the Emmitt Smiths, the Jerome Bettises, they're just not, that player is not in the league anymore.
Right.
The way teams play offense. And, that's a proven fact that if you can run the football like with those guys, I mean, Troy Aikman won 4 Super Bowls or 3 Super Bowls or whatever the hell it was because of Emmitt Smith.
Hell, we won 2 Super Bowls by doing what? Playing ball control.
Yeah.
Otis Anderson against the high-powered Bills offense, right?
Yep.
Sure did.
Then with Tom Brady, that first time around, running the ball.
Yeah, you keep them off the field.
Talk about this year. We almost beat the Bengals in the playoffs with no Lamar Jackson running the ball.
I should have beat him.
That was stupid QB sneak. Yeah, exactly. We ain't gonna talk about that.
Third stringer almost beat him.
Right, it's stupid QB sneak, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
So
run the ball, play defense.
I'm with Mike on this. I think I told DA on the phone the other day. I said I don't what. How do you solve for it? And he said, "Yo, bro, I don't know." He said something's going to have to massively change about that, and I don't know. I don't know what's going to come about. This is our second week talking about it, and I'm like Mike. I hate that D-Dub has a maybe he'll say it again. He has a thing what running backs can do. He said, "Hey, just don't give me the ball."
I mean, if it was me, if I was in a position of, in this particular position, because it's all business.
Yes,
it's nothing. Again, it's nothing personal, but this is how the owners are looking at it. They look at just using Saquon Barkley for example, because they look at him. Yo, you played. Last year was his best year.
Yeah,
he's been in the league 5 years.
Yeah, say he was hurt 2, and
2. So as Mike, as the owner, are you going to be paying me that type of money for you got one good year out of me? You think I'm going to sit around and give you a big guaranteed contract money for you to take off next year? Because I don't know, who knows what he's going to do this year. This year might be his best year because he might be hella fire
Yeah, because
motivated.
the contract.
This is what I'm saying. He's going to be playing for something this year. So this might be a hell of a year for him.
Yeah,
to be honest with
but
you.
for that team, they can't take that chance because if he don't play good, they don't play good. They ain't got nothing after him.
Hey,
That's the gamble. That's the gamble.
My thing is, I can only run the ball 15 times a game. You choose when. After that, I'm done.
So you trust him as the owner? You trust?
And I like that. That's something I would do. I'd be like, yo, that right there. Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
I was saying, as the owner, you trusting Daniel Jones over Saquon?
Hell no.
No, as an owner, he knows better. But at the same time, he's not trying to pay that type of money for. And then you be stuck. See, this is the thing. As this is why I look at it from this side, because it's all different perspectives on this side. From the fan perspective, I don't want to be locked into this guy. Even though you can, it's not like how the NBA is. The NBA, you give a boatload of money, and then you could be locked in with this guy forever, and then you got to look for an amnesty clause, and then you only use it one time. Some bullshit. But football kind of not like that. But I understand. You don't want to be locked into this guy, and he doesn't perform, man. That's awful. But it's part of the game where I don't like because it's the business part of it, and that's where I understand Saquon's part. He wants to get his money. I understand it. It's just one of them things that's going to have to shake his way out, and unfortunately, he's on the short end of the stick. So
that comes back to the hierarchy of how positions are paid.
Mm-hmm.
There's like fucking Deshaun Watson is like $232 million over how many years? Like the problem is they're way overpaying the quarterback position.
That's a fact.
Which you can only spend so much on your team per year, and the fucking quarterback takes up at least 30 to 40% of that, and then you got to field 52 other guys. So you got to have people to protect that quarterback. You're paying a gazillion dollars, so your line and tight ends are getting paid. And then, you got to have somebody for him to throw to. So you got to pay the receivers some money. And then it's like, oh, yeah, we can just replace this guy next year with somebody else out of college because there's so many of them. And you mark my words, 5 years from now, if this is the trend that goes on, that you're not going to see a lot of people playing the running back position throughout college. Like there'll be somebody back there, but it's going to be the guy that they're like, hey, man, you went on the field, you got to play running back. Because people are like the guys that can play running back, they're gonna be like, fuck it. I could be a corner. I could be a linebacker.
Well, they're already playing 7-on-7, like in junior high school and stuff like that. Pee-wees. Well, I don't know about Pee-wees, but they're playing on 7-on-7. So spread offense, nobody in the backfield.
Yeah, they're just going to start. They're going to start getting the people aren't kids growing up and be like, look, I want to play in the NFL. Well, if I'm a running back, they're going to abuse the shit out of me the first 3-4 years, and then when it's time to pay me, they're going to go, hey, yeah, you're kind of broken down. We're not going to give you that kind of money. So
they're going to abuse you if you go to Alabama even more. So by the time you get there,
then that's the problem right there, Kev. Right? You already getting abused in college. That should be where you say, you know what? I'm not. Oh no. You're not gonna. No, you're not gonna run me 130 times. Nope. We're gonna stop it. We're gonna stop it right now.
Young college
either you let me leave. Either you let me leave early so I could maximize. If you're a really true talent. Now you won't know that until. But if you know you're a true talent in college, let us leave early so we can go to the NFL and then you're probably able to get two contracts.
No, that's
the issue is the rookie contract. By the time they get done with the rookie contract to get paid, it's 4 or 5. It's like 4 or 5 years in, and that's where
remember when it was no scale? We can't go back to that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I blame that on Sam Bradford, right? They gave Sam Bradford the bag and more, and then I'm with Mike. You can't go back to that. So we had to find some kind of happy medium because
And this is what I
got the
said.
bag and more, and then that was it.
This is a labor issue that's going to have to get
Fix.
figured out then. And like I said, unfortunately, in the labor deals and and union stuff, you're the person who's fighting 9 times out of 10 is not going to see the fruits of the labor. It's going to
Yeah,
be
10 years
the
from
back
now.
end that you fought for.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it just is what it is. I can't help you no more. I do like what Mike said. As far as damn, it just left me just that quick.
Labor issues.
Nah, they'll come back to me. But anyway, yeah, it's just not gonna. You're not gonna see the benefits of it. So,
Got you. Thank you, Mike Mills, for that take. Yeah, there's got to be something to be done about the running back position. I'm glad we got to talk about it some more. Check for us in the next couple of weeks. We'll be breaking down every NFL team, their road to the Super Bowl, and what's their prognosis, like how we did last year. We're gonna be doing that. Excuse me, for next couple of weeks. We'll be doing that. Also, the return of Fourth and Short on Mondays. Check us out every Monday. Time to be determined. We're trying to see what would be a good time for all of us to get together. But sometime in between 9 and 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we'll be talking NFL football the day after Sunday. Wrapping up what happened in the Sunday's games and what's going on for the Monday night game, man. We had a great time of doing that.
last year was dope.
Last year was dope. I think I don't know. I want to make sure I give credit to who did. One of these guys. It wasn't my idea. One of them said, "Hey, we need to."
That was me. I mean,
I thought
was
it was what. It was D
I
Dub.
don't want.
He said, "Hey, man, we can't wait till Thursday." And I was like, "Well, yeah, I agree." So, what better day than Monday to talk?
More fourth and longest AF.
Try to keep it to 30 minutes. We try to keep it 30 minutes. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes can't. We go over a little bit, man. But we picked the 5 best games of the day. 5. Let me put my 5. Yeah, 5. 5 best games of that Sunday, and we kind of breaking down 30 minutes, talk about it. Get in, get out, and then we out. Fourth and short. So look for fourth and short. Starting. I don't have my calendar in front of me, but starting the first week in September when football season starts. Let me go real quick as we wrap up this show. Very interesting subject. D-Dub might black out the screen. I hope he don't, but talk a little college football. Don't do it. Let me
Yeah.
yeah,
bro. That is a mess over there. Go ahead, Kev. Go ahead. Get into it.
College football. College football is almost among us. Big Ten examining potential additions of Oregon, Washington, California, and Stanford to their conference, according to CBS Sports. According to Dennis Dudd here, he says the Big Ten has started considering further additions to its 16-team conference, with league members holding preliminary conversations surrounding expansion to as many as 20 teams, sources tell CBS Sports. While Oregon, Washington, California, and Stanford, all Pac-12 members, are the programs under consideration by the league, it is Oregon and Washington that are primary focus should the Big Ten chose to expand by 2 programs, become an 18-team conference. These exploratory talks are the earliest stage for a league that has seemingly closed the door on further expansion after moving to 16 members following the additions of USC and UCLA from the Pac-12. The Trojans and the Bruins will join the Big Ten at the start of the 2024-2025 athletic season. The Big Ten Conference is still focused on integration of USC and UCLA, but it's also commissioner's job to keep conference chancellors and presidents informed about new developments as they occur, the league shared in a statement to CBS Sports. No further additions are imminent, as Yahoo Sports first reported. However, with the Big 12 adding Colorado from the Pac-12 last week and a proposed media rights deal from the Pac-12 Commissioner George Clackworth not appearing to be financially lucrative enough for other teams in the league, Arizona State, Utah are now pondering similar moves to the Big 12. So I read that. Let me unshare my screen there. I read all of that to say this. It's they're gonna this is gonna wind up to be like two super conferences, and that's it. I don't know why they keep playing around. Because everybody's playing Duck Duck Goose, and this is what we got. So you have all these, when you think of Pac 12, right? You think of UCLA and USC. Well, now they're in the Big Ten, right? Then we think of Big Ten. What do you think about Big Ten? Michigan and Ohio State, right? Nope.
Penn
When you
State.
yeah, Penn State, right? When you think of Big 12, you think of the teams that play football that don't play defense, right, Mike? You know, uh, I mean, it's true.
I missed when it geographically made sense. This is garbage.
I mean, they only play fucking 11 games a year, and 3 of them are against What's the Matter You and Underwater Basket Weaving Institute. I mean, what the fuck? Now you got 18 teams in a conference, and you're gonna play what? 8 of them? I mean,
It's supposed to be on a rotating schedule for 3 years, from what I heard.
but that's still bullshit. Then guess what? Then you got to play every team once. That's what I'm saying. Like you getting so many teams in these conferences that they can't play all the teams. So one year, one of these teams is going to get to play all the shitty teams and get to win the division because they didn't have to play anybody because of the rotation. It's just dumb as fuck to me. Like if you can't play everybody, what's the point of having more teams than you can play? Or like the SEC or whatever, where they have conferences on each side and you play every team in that side. I mean, is that what they're going for? Because if it was 18 teams, it'd be what, 9 on a side, and you not counting yourself. So that would be your 8 games, and then you got your 3 bullshit. Who gives a fuck teams? I don't know. This college thing is getting out of control.
At the risk of sounding like the old man on the porch.
Go ahead. You're about to sound like it. Go ahead.
Like geographically, this don't make sense. And then the rivalries, like you killing the tradition, you killing what made it matter. You killing it. You're killing it. Like I know we talk about the purists who don't want things changed because you're supposed to adjust with the times. But this is crazy, man. This is crazy. This is some of these rivalries have gone on for longer than me and you have existed. That they'll go on even after we're no longer here. But it's like you getting rid of that for what? For a couple more dollars? Like you killing the rivalries, you killing the people, like the environment. Like people are not going across country to watch some stupid conference game that don't matter really. Like they really just destroying the game at the end of the day. They killing the tradition. What made college football.
I can't wait to see UCLA or USC in Ann Arbor or Ohio State or Penn State in fucking December. There ain't no way in hell they're gonna play in that cold. Like be good in that cold. It makes like Mike said, like that's why you had the Pac-10 because you had all the West Coast teams geographically, not a ton of travel. I don't know. They're going to get their ass kicked when they go east. That's all I know.
D-Dub, you got something for us before we?
I really don't, man. Other than what's going to happen is what are they going to close down the Pac-12? They're going.
Yeah, probably.
Who's left?
They'll go to the
Mountain West teams over.
Yeah,
and then the Big West teams are going to go to the Mountain West, and then it's just going to repeat.
So basically, we're going to have two. We're going to eventually at some point we're going to have 2 mega conferences. That's
maybe 3.
That's what it's looking like.
Maybe 3. Right? Yeah,
Big
bro.
10, Big 12.
They sacrifice the Big East for this.
Mike, I think you said a couple of dollars. This is all about money, bro. It's all about money. I was shocked when I said, well, Colorado pulled out, and I believe they said they're heading to the Big 12, right? Is that correct?
Big 12, correct. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So then
it's all about money.
Now I'm here. FSU, Florida State talking.
Yeah, when's
they want to be out the ACC?
Yeah, when's Clemson leaving?
You know that's
Man,
nice.
bro, this is it's coming. So I don't know. Yeah, man. You
So
know,
this all started to me on the basketball side, right? And Mike and well, Dan knows it too. Back on the basketball side, right? The Big East,
Oh yeah,
right?
They
Pitt
killed
used
the
to
Big
be
East for this.
Pitt. What was it? Pitt, St. John's, Seton
Georgetown,
Hall,
Georgetown,
Nova,
Georgetown, Syracuse,
Miami,
Miami, right? And
Virginia
then
Tech.
Boston
Virginia
College.
Tech, and then that all went to hell, right? They started doing some geographical stuff, and now and I'm with Mike. I'm not saying that you don't change with the times, right? But like Mike said, it doesn't make geographical sense. That's the reason why you had these
Conferences.
conferences and these
conferences.
leagues
Mm-hmm.
to have a geographical and also to have a rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
It was a rivalry for Georgetown to play St. John's. It was a rivalry. It was a rivalry back in the day for St. John's to go play Seton Hall across the river in New Jersey. It's a
Pitt,
rivalry.
Pitt in West Virginia, the backyard brawl in
Pitt,
college
West
football.
Virginia, yes, right
They
in
played
college
that for
football.
100 years, and then Penn State went to the Big Ten because they used to play. Pitt used to play Penn State every year, and then all that shit got washed away when they started joining all these other conferences and starting all this bullshit. And like West Virginia and Pitt, that backyard brawl, it doesn't matter which team was shitty or which team was good. You never knew who was going to win because they played so
Some
hard. It was so
some
entertaining.
some traditions. I'm sorry, Dan. Some tradition is to keep is good. Some may want to switch up and change, but I think some things need to, kind of remain the same and just keep the tradition, man. And like Mike and all you guys on the panel have alluded to, man, they have killed the competition and stuff like that. And good luck. Good luck with this USC going to Ann Arbor in November and or late October.
Yeah, well,
Or will they even sign up for that? Or will they make it where that game will be a neutral site game and they'll play in Indianapolis in the dome?
Or they play early, like September, like one of the first games of the season. Once they get past, the what's the matter
Yeah.
Utes, they'll make sure
Listen,
it's not cold.
this show right here, we don't have no pom poms on for anybody. We tell it like it is, and bring you the facts, and it's up for you to decipher whether you want to participate and join. And I mean, yeah, obviously we have to cover it and look at it, man. I'm just not happy about it. That's why I chose the story. It's like this is nonsense. It's a money grab, and there'll be 2 super or 3 super league conferences here in the next couple of years. I don't know why they keep playing around. Just say it, and then we
Or
can just
just
go
do
from
it.
there, man. Oh yeah, right.
Just
Just do it.
realign. Would do what you're gonna do.
Right.
Get it
Super,
over with.
Super Conference 1, Super Conference 2, Super Conference 3. Just put them right down the middle. One on the left coast, on the west coast. One in the central part of the country. One in the eastern part of the country. Right. There you go. Super conferences, and be done with it.
that's what's
And
gonna happen. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so just do it. Quit fucking around. Just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like Nike says, just do it.
just do it. Just do it, man. Hey, great show tonight, guys. Great show tonight, man. A couple of things before we get out of here. Make sure you like, click, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you give us that 5-star review on Spotify, Apple. You can go to our website. You can go to our website, click on the thing that says review. Just do it. And love us or hate us, hey, give us that 5-star review. What's this? Oh, D-Do sending something about the Big 12 there. Give us that. Also, make sure you follow us. We're on all social media platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you name it. We're on it. Make sure you give us a follow there. Especially, hey, we're trying to get to 1,000 followers on TikTok so we can go live. So make sure you hear this in the sound of my voice. Make sure you give us a follow if you're on TikTok. We get great, awesome engagement with TikTok followers. Folks follow us.
And by the way, Kev, let them know it costs you nothing, man. It's a click of it's just your finger. You go up there and you hit that, boom. That's it. Costs you nothing. Easy.
And everything is Sports Chasers Podcast. You put that in, we'll pop up. Our logo will pop up, and we're there. So make sure you do that, man. So appreciate that those that are listening to Sound My Voice and watching as well as on YouTube and listening on the podcast as it goes out every Thursday. We're gonna have our pod short shots before we get out of here. I'll give it to Mike Mills. Mike Mills, what you got for us before we get out of here, bro?
Nothing major. Glad to see everybody here. Glad that we're here. Shout out to everybody that couldn't be here. Shout out to them. It was DA birthday the other day. Happy belated DA.
Drinks on deck.
And that's about it.
Yeah.
All right, that's it.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. D-Dub, what you got for us, bro?
Yeah, shout out to everybody, man. Yo, the angry one, DA, yo, Ryan, everybody who makes this this engine go. Yo, we appreciate everybody. Thanks for seeing everybody tonight. And yo, we'll see you next week.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Dan, what you got for us, sir? Dan is not an Amish country this week.
I got internet and lights. Woo,
wood burning stove.
Nah, man, great show.
Porridge.
Great to see
Porridge.
everybody. You know, glad to be back on the home setup and not on a phone and some AirPods. But you know, shout out to Angry One, DA, happy belated. You know, our Pirates are getting their ass whooped. That's to be expected. This is going to be a trend for the next 2 months. Gotta love them. But yeah, great show. You know, glad to be back. You know, and hopefully football season gets here soon enough. I'm tired of watching baseball.
Okay.
Baseball. Tired of watching.
Oh, we gave up a 3-run homer. Fucking sweet.
Yeah, Jesus.
Oh, he was in
11.
the dark last week. That's why he had all these jokes. He was writing jokes. All right.
We're down 11-1 in the sixth.
Yo, cut that TV off there. Stop.
Yeah, 11-1 in the sixth. Yeah, Dan.
Yeah.
Switch over to what you call it? Pittsburgh Penguins. Greatest games or something like that, man.
Hey, you know, Call of Duty Season 5 came out yesterday. We're getting ready to play some rank, get some bodies. So we're going to take out some aggression.
Oh,
Okay. Oh yes, make sure before I go. Hey, we talk about esports. Dan and the angry one. They had the awesome pleasure of, I believe, last Monday. They
Yeah,
talked
good
about
show.
esports. Really good show. If you want to know about esports and stuff like that, Dan is the man when it comes to that Call of Duty, and Eric is the guy when it comes to all the sports games. He definitely is. I had I found out some things from Eric I didn't know about some of the sporting games and how it rolls and operates. I know I do consult with Eric when I be like, hey, should I get this sports game? Eric be like, no, wait. Save your $69.95.
Every sports
especially
game is
Madden.
trash now. We being real.
yeah, you ain't lying.
Yeah, Mike. Madden, they've been copying and pasting the last couple of years with their nonsense. Getting people money, not mine. I've been.
Who is the Browns' backup quarterback? Mike, what was you throwing? Who was you?
I think it was DA.
That was Deshaun Watson with a different jersey on.
Jesus Christ! I mean, he threw it like straight to the Jets. For real.
Just like Deshaun. I mean,
Mhm.
that's his mentor.
Yeah, 6-0 Jets in the preseason Hall of Fame game.
The Who Gives a Fuck Bowl.
Yeah,
Game is dirt every year. Like I don't know why they do it. It's just like
man.
that need to be flagged. The whole thing can be terrible. It's gonna be 6-3.
I mean, really, they don't really need to play it. They should, they don't really need to.
Facts.
Yeah,
I'm just glad I have it on mute because Chris Collinsworth is calling the game.
Yeah,
They just did the commentators. So I lucked out and didn't have to listen to him.
wow.
Yeah.
I
Gotcha.
forgot it was a game tonight.
Well, no, America won't let you forget about it. That's why we was talking about it. So yeah, that football's back. Yeah, y'all happy with the 6-0 league? Have at it. Well, like I said, in the next couple of episodes, we'll be breaking down some of the NFL teams leading up to opening week. So I don't have nothing heavy. Thank you for all those that have been watching, all those that are listening under the sound of our voices. Happy belated birthday again to the DA. Happy birthday, big bro. Appreciate you, man. The angry one. What's up, bro? In his absence, Ryan, our NBA guy, to all those that make this, as D-Dub said, this engine go, is called the Sports Chasers, man. So, man, make sure you listen to us. Make sure you hopefully this will bring you some good value, man. Like I said, we try to bring you some delight and joy, and looks like we've been we're up to 2 days a week of doing something. So make sure you give us a like, a click, and a holler on all social media platforms, and make sure, like I said, with YouTube, also make sure you subscribe and click and like our channel, man. But I don't have anything else. I'm not gonna belabor the point. It's time to get out of here. Happy Thursday to everybody. Happy Friday tomorrow. Enjoy your weekend. Be safe, be good. That's all I got, man. On behalf of myself, I'm Kevin Warren, your host and moderator. For Dan, our hockey guy, D Dub, Daryl D Dub Warren, Mike Mills, the DA in his absence. Happy birthday, bro. And the angry one, James Eric. Hey, this is the Sports Chasers podcast. Y'all be good, be blessed. Enjoy your weekend. Hey, we'll see you next Thursday. Be good. Peace.